Miles, kind of how's the adjustment been to this season and getting more minutes and a more consistent role?
It's been something that I've been working on this whole summer, just staying in shape and being able to play those 30 minutes. It has been big for me just as far as my conditioning and stuff like that, so it's been great.
First couple of games of the year, you came off the bench. Now you have had a chance to start. Do you have a preference for either, coming off the bench or, having a chance to see how the game's going and then come in, or, what are you feeling?
No, not really. Either way, what my team needs me to do is what I'm going to do. Either that's come off the bench or start. I'm going to just put forth my best effort out there and give my team all.
How do you guys prepare? You're going on the road up to Iowa, a long road trip, and a team that's pretty good. Just kind of does that get you guys more excited when you play a game like that on the road? Is kind of what's the vibe like this week?
Most definitely. It's a road game. We know they have a good crowd, and Iowa's a top 25 team in the country, so of course we're fired up for it. We want to get this win and prove people why we are a great team.
With Javon in the lineup now, does that change how you approach the game? In other words, he's pretty athletic. He gets up and down the court pretty fast. Is he someone you look for when you're getting the rebound and looking for the break?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We know Javon is a high flyer, as we all know. So every time we push in the break, we're looking for him to sprint hard to the rim, get a couple dunks in early, and just work from there.
What do you guys need to do to be a little more consistent offensively game to game? It seems like there's times where you guys still have the stall outs from the last few years, and then also just being maybe more consistent in the half-court game. Obviously, the transition game's working really well, but more of the half-court offense.
Right. I feel like just getting more into our offense, like as it gets deeper in the shot clock, just working around to the second and third side so we can get a great shot in terms of our offense. So that's what we need to do.
Coach Pastner, after the game Saturday, talked about wanting you guys to play the right way, and I guess he wasn't too happy with some of the things that went on at Fort Myers. What do you think happened that had things go off the rails as far as maybe not looking for open teammates, dribbling the ball too much, that type of thing?
Yeah, I think we weren't really getting, like I just said, we weren't really getting to the second and third side of the offense. We were kind of taking first side shots, like I said. But I think this past week we got more into our offense, moving the ball a little bit more, and that helped us a lot more.
With the three-point shooting, is it a situation where you guys are rushing your shots or not getting quite a set? Because it seems like the more catch-and-shoot, more natural ones are getting knocked down pretty easily, but the more labored three-point shots have not been falling as well.
Right, I guess you could kind of say we're rushing a little bit. Like I said, we were getting to the first side a lot, so a lot of guys were rushing those shots. But I feel like once we get more into our second and third side of the offense, it'll be easier to flow into the offense so we can knock down those shots.
Playing as much zone as you do, and Coach has talked about, offensive rebounding, the other team's offensive rebounding. What is the first thing you look for when that ball goes up? I mean, do you try to locate a guy to block out, or how difficult is that playing the zone?
Definitely. One of our main focuses in practice is definitely like hitting the pad and getting a body on somebody so they can't get the offensive rebound because, sometimes that will happen. But for the most part, we're trying to block out the guy and get the defensive rebound so we can go to the other side.
How much did, I guess, you guys get a little bit of a reality check with the tournament in Fort Myers and not having success and having some losses that maybe you didn't expect or performances you didn't expect?
Right. It was a big reality check for us because, we came in 3-0 to the Fort Myers trip, so it was a big reality check for us. But now we took some losses early, so we know what to do from there.
Miles, you guys saw a little bit of everything. You saw full court pressure in that tournament. You went against some length, both of those teams that you played. Teams that tried to speed it up, also they were efficient in the half court. In that sense, did you get a lot out of it? In that sense, you saw a little bit of everything defensively that you were trying to attack.
Right. Like I said, it was a big reality check for us, and we had a lot to learn from it. So as we watched a lot of the film, we see the things that we needed to work on from Fort Myers, and as far as the full court pressure and just bringing the ball up the court or getting to the second, third side of the offense. So I think from Fort Myers was a big learning experience for us as far as moving on towards the season.
With the way you run your offense and the cuts, the backdoor cuts are extremely important. Is spacing even more important to you all? I'm not asking you to compare yourselves to anybody, but would you describe the importance of that?
Yeah, for sure. Spacing is a big part because as we know, we like to cut and get different things out of our Princeton offense. So being able to space the floor and being in your right spots in the offense allows like cuts to be open, passes to be thrown. So things like that. Spacing is a big emphasis in our offense for sure.
When you have a couple games like that, not individually, but as a team, what have you learned about trying to move on yet learn the lesson?
Definitely just learn from our mistakes, learn from what we did wrong in that game, and just move past it, honestly. Just watch the film, see what we could do better, and just at the end of the day, we have some more games to play later on in the year. Just move past it. We can't dwell on it. All right, thank y'all.